Searches for Calvin Klein 90s shut up on Google Trends, and The RealReal saw searches for Calvin Klein spike after the premiere of the series. It's customers looking to basically find that iconic style of Carolyn Bessette Kennedy. And she really did have a very distinct style. It was very clean. It was beige. It was gray. It was black. It was very clean, very simple. And what's interesting is if you head to a Calvin Klein store, you're not going to see this stuff, which has some asking, did the company miss an opportunity?
Writing that story for Bloomberg Business Week is Dina Katgara, a Bloomberg News consumer reporter. She joins us here in the Bloomberg Interactive Brokers studio. So what happened? Like, what was the connection or lack thereof between the series and Calvin Klein in the real world right now? And how did Calvin Klein, at least according to some critics, miss this opportunity?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I went down to the store and talked to some people that were shopping, and they encountered windbreakers, purples, color block windbreakers, and things that really they felt match up with what they were searching for in the show to try to look like who they call CBK in social media short term. And, Calvin Klein's trying to become more of a premium brand again, but they're kind of missing the mark. They came back to the runway after 6 years, but their collection was kind of 70s and 80s, not kind of missing that 90s mark.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back, and Dina, I think this was something that certainly the series does, but you go back a few years, and I think in the series, I saw the episode, I think it was the first episode, where they're Annette Bening, they're dressing Annette Bening, and Carolyn Bessette comes in and gives her a blazer, and it's like perfect. But Calvin Klein is there too, because celebrities dressed in a lot of Calvin Klein, that era. It was really iconic. But it's not like it's a Calvin Klein owned business. It's under a bigger conglomerate now. Yes,
correct. It's owned by PVH, which also owns Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah.
And Calvin Klein and Tommy Hilfiger make up most of the brand's revenue. And they've been seeing kind of stagnant sales. So this could have really been a moment for them to turn that around if they capitalized on it correctly.
From a fashion perspective, though, and I mean, both of you jump in here because, like, I haven't, from what I've seen of the show, is that actually popular again? Or would Calvin Klein be taking a risk by saying, we think just because this show is out, people will buy this stuff? Like, is that 90s look back?
Definitely.
Oh, okay.
It is such a clean...
This was a big mistake.
It's such a clean, classic look, right? Like, no doubt about it.
Yeah, and they're looking for, and they're still getting it from going to the actual products themselves. They're going to the RealReal, that website where you can find these actual older pieces of fashion. They want to really be Carolyn Bessette, and Calvin Klein's not giving that to them.
Well, and what's interesting is the connection is she worked for Calvin Klein,
Correct.
Right? I mean, one of the things that they keep showing is this, Prada camel belted coat that she wore and was seen, photographed in a lot of times, walking the dog or with John F. Kennedy Jr., like camel skirts. And, so it's not like all she wore was Calvin Klein, but the aesthetic at that time when she did, it was very clean and classic.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you see her working in the offices there. I mean, there's a scene in the show where she handpicks Kate Moss out of a stack of different models. And, at the store, Calvin Klein does have these sweatshirts with photos of Kate Moss on it. But the girls going there don't want to wear Kate Moss. They want to look like her,
Right, exactly. And Kate Moss, if you think about, she became so connected with the brand, the perfume, everything that was around it. I mean, it was an era where, you think about fashion, right? There's just certain different decades where somebody really dominates, and he was certainly one of it. But you do wonder, I don't know whether they didn't know the movie or the series was coming, not the movie, but the streaming series was coming, and they just didn't do more with it.
Yeah, but even then, 90s fashion has been big overall.
See, Tim, sorry on TV, but you're looking at Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, or the actress who played her, and she's like, black turtleneck. This is from the streaming series, Love Story. And so it's just clean, it's classic, it's not...
I want the hat that he was wearing all the time. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, a lot of the men are trying to emulate JFK Jr.'s fashion as well. I mean, he rode a bike around Manhattan. He wore this backwards, I don't even know what it is, newspaper boy hat. People are loving it. It's all over social media. And there are some brands that are capitalizing on it, in good ways. Like she has this headband she wears. It's like a thick headband. Girls are swarming to this apothecary downtown Manhattan called C.O. Bigelow, which has seen the most sales of hair accessories in its 188-year history.
Wow.
All right. Also, no offense, but that's also iconic, that apothecary to New York City. It's a great place to get lost in. No, it's just interesting how, we talk about art, culture, really affecting kind of what people want to wear, what they want to buy and stuff. And this is certainly interesting. And it's, as you say, maybe a missed opportunity for the Calvin Klein brand, but the brand is different. And yeah, it's just a different time and era.